Okay, we're following on from what we were saying. Dimensions. Okay, let's just put it out there. Do you believe in parallel universes or an alternate? Okay, should we bring up the actual fact behind it of what the theory is?
Yes.
Because a lot of people might not actually know what it's all about. This is an ongoing theory. This is nothing new.
No, this is not.
In 2016 specs.
Cutting edge science on. That's not right.
Shit you should know, man. Haven't had a shit you should know session in a while.
I'll just do a little quotation to start the segment.
Okay.
In physics and mathematics, the dimension of a mathematical shape or object is informally defined as the minimum number of coordinates needed to specify any point within.
Meaning what?
Zing.
The dimensions of an object is basically just the height, width, depth, like probably like everything about it, and that's why they started, with the moving particles, teleportation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were physically breaking down the components of something.
Yeah, a particle. They were putting the particles in two separate locations,
vessels. Yeah,
kilometers apart, and if they would manipulate one particle, exactly the same thing would happen to the other particle.
Yeah,
even though it's kilometers away.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even if you're dealing with just particles, it's still physically breaking down something and recreating it. So that's like, well, if they can do that now, then in like the Star Trek times, of course they'd be able to teleport people. Like, no brainer.
Yes.
Okay, dimensions. What is the actual hang on, if you look it up, because I remember always standard around this time of year, I always get into it, right? Dimensions like
the heat it gets to him.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Tinfoil hat goes on.
In physics and mathematics,
that's what he just
the
read.
Dimension of mathematical space.
Yeah, minimum number of coordinates. Yeah, but
don't try and sound smart, Nicholas. Already said that,
mathematics, graph theory. Hang on.
And apparently, there's infinite number of dimensions. So there are an infinite number of worlds with an infinite number of us.
Like a dimensional, a plane other than the physical plane is conceived as a subtle state of consciousness that transcends the known physical universe. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So they're found in like religious, like shamanism and Gnosticism, yoga sort of shit, Kabbalah, blah, blah, blah. Like there are multiple planes to existence, basically. Yeah?
These flat dimensions, like they sit on top of each other.
The emanation of is conceived according to esoteric teachings to have originated at the dawn of the universe's manifestation in the Supreme Being, who sent out from the unmanifested absolute beyond comprehension, the dynamic force of creative energy as sound vibration, the word, into the abyss of space. Right? So there's concepts of planes and la la la. Right? Now there's that, and then there's parallel universes. Have you looked into that?
A little bit.
Okay. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, so let's just look into that. Multiverse, yeah? The set of multiple possible universes.
Yep.
So, the multiverse, or meta-universe, is the hypothetical set of possible universes, including the universe in which we live. Together, these universes comprise everything that exists, the entirety of space, time, matter, energy, and physical laws and constants that describe them. Mm-hmm. The various universes within the multiverse are called parallel universes, other universes, or alternative universes. And the concept started in Dublin, Ireland.
So going to bar?
In 1952, Erwin Schrödinger gave a lecture in which he jocularly warned his audience that what he was about to say might seem lunatic. He said that when his noble equations seemed to describe several different histories, these were not alternatives, but all really happened simultaneously. This is the earliest known reference to a multiverse. So the structure of the multiverse, the nature of each universe within it, and the relationships among these universes differ from one multiverse hypothesis to another. So do you understand sliders? We were talking about that. Yeah. Like sliders is a lot like that, where they go to different universes and dimensions. Yeah? Mm-hmm. It's the basic theory that I'm trying to figure out, trying to see a way to actually put it all into perspective. Because proponents, man, like Stephen Hawking's a proponent for it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like they don't just rubbish it completely.
Oh, no, it's like a full, theory. Yeah.
And then there's arguments against it. So it's like, for a start, how is the existence of the other universes to be tested? To be sure, all cosmologists accept that there are some regions of the universe that lie beyond the reach of our telescopes, but somewhere on the slippery slope between that and the idea that there are infinite number of universes, credibility reaches a limit. So it goes back and forth. But it's just the theory of it, right? That there are other universes out there in other dimensions, right? What do you guys think? Do you reckon there are parallel universes operating the way, like we do right now, where either the same activity can happen at once, or like it's just another plane of existence. Like, you really got to think outside the box to get to this.
That's the thing. Like, we would be, whether it's true or not, I think we would be very small-minded to think there is not. If you know what I mean. Like, we'd be very small-minded. Like, to think like we said, like previous podcasts.
Yeah.
We said we would, like, it'd be really narrow-minded of us to think
It'd
we
be
are the only beings
Yeah.
in this whole universe.
Yeah, in this one. Yeah.
But
let alone
then-
if there are multiples.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, in another dimension, are there people just like us, but opposite? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
or like operate. It's the same thing that's going on right now, but just different alternate universe.
Yeah.
Like
a really suave Johnny.
Yeah, like who knows, right? It always gets me around this time of year.
Johnny.
I'll tell you when it gets to me. It gets to me when people start becoming fashionably religious, right? Because I started bringing up. This is why I brought it up last podcast, because we were talking about Christmas, and I said how they've taken the reference of Christ out of Christmas, and it's just about Santa.
Oh, I was talking to that with the guy at work the other day. Like, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like we were talking about it the last podcast.
It's like no religious connotation
No.
at all anymore. It's just about
nothing.
it's about this big guy that brings presents.
It's not about the birth of Christ. It's about...
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it's become. So it's like, okay, hang on. And that's what pisses me off about the religious zealots, where they will blindly follow, like that meme you sent yesterday.
Christianity
was
one.
gold.
And did we read it to you? Did you see it?
Yeah, do you remember
Gospel
it?
one.
Show you now.
No.
No,
Maybe you missed it.
So, it's a meme, right?
Yeah, it was gold. There's a picture of
said-
Christ and the Virgin Mary.
It said Christianity, right? The story how one woman's lie to cover up an affair got the way fuck out of hand.
Yeah.
Got the fuck out of hand.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, like, that's totally...
sense.
When I
Makes
read
sense.
it, I'm like, so she banged someone behind,
someone's
Joseph's back.
Yeah.
And Joseph's like, she's like, but I'm a virgin. And Joseph's like, well, I believe you. And now,
Clearly it's the
infinite-
Son of God.
Son of God.
Right?
Obviously I'm a virgin.
The same way
I mean-
Joseph Smith just had the visions, from Christ or whatever,
Yeah.
or like the archangel,
Yeah.
Gabriel or whoever it
Oh,
was.
the Mormons or
The
whatever.
Mormons, yeah. And they just started their whole thing. Or like, Scientology where just, whatever.
But
Like,
in the whole history, did anyone not think
maybe she was just,
maybe she was just banging someone?
yeah. Right? I'm not...
She was banging Greg back
I'm
at
not
the
making
carpentry
fun,
house?
I'm not making fun of Christians.
No.
I'm just saying for the point of argument,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's totally credible. Like, it's funny.
She could have
She was
had an affair.
banging. She was banging Joseph's partner in their carpentry business. Greg.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what
Greg.
pisses me off. Yeah, like creationists deny the existence of life beyond how many thousand years, like
Yeah.
just a couple of thousand years.
Just
or
writing
whatever.
it off.
It's like 10,000 years.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
the planet has only been around for 10,000 years. Like whatever, and everything is a test. Dinosaur things are a test. Everything's a test.
We're a test.
It pisses me off when you start talking about parallel universes and dimensions and all that sort of shit, right? And people rubbish it like you're completely out of your fucking mind, but will blindly believe that the Virgin Mary conceived the Immaculate Conception or whatever the religious connotation is or affiliation. That's fine. That folklore mythology, that's bulletproof.
But there's no chance she could have had an affair.
Yeah, or there's no chance that there are other shit going on another
yeah.
fucking plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
When I
It's not just
saw
me.
it, I sent it straight away because I thought you guys would love it. Like, that's...
Yeah.
I always just think, man, we're floating on a ball of water, flying through space.
Yeah.
Like anything's possible, right?
Okay, look at like the existence of life outside of this planet, right? Christians, like fucking fundamentalist Christians, say, nah, we're the only people, period. There's no mention of other life forms in the Bible. Okay, but the Bible was only written 2,000 years ago. All right, not even 2,000 years ago. It's based on events that started 2,000 years ago when Christ was born.
Yeah.
Or was it his death? Yeah,
He's born.
Yeah, he's born,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
AD.
AD.
Oh, after death, yeah.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2,000 odd years of history.
Yeah.
But that's all we can go by.
That's it.
But, dude, Greek mythology
It goes back
before then. We're talking 300 BC. Like, as in, there's clearly life before then.
It's all from Satan, apparently, mate, as a distraction.
Yeah, but they go, like, as far as 10,000 years. I just understand how it's okay to believe that hokum, like, blindly, but can't question anything else. But because it was written by a man... But, like, it was written by a man who witnessed events, who witnessed events, who witnessed events, who witnessed events, dating back to the birth of Christ.
There you go. Greek mythology
Blind faith, bro.
goes back to 800 BC and onwards.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
1,000
man.
years before
Christ.
Yeah. That's just Greek mythology.
That's just
it's not
Greek,
even
yeah.
going back to wall paintings in caves.
No.
Like, the only way any of this can make any sense is if you keep an open mind.
The timeline doesn't suit the Bible.
No! Because it was just created by fucking man. I don't know. It just shits me around Christmas time and Easter because especially Greeks, man, they're the worst. They become fashionably religious. And it's just too much, man. Like I was having this conversation the other day with my mum and an auntie of mine, right? Where my mum openly says she doesn't like what the church has done, right? She has her faith, whatever the hell that is, but she doesn't like the way the church, like, has turned. Like the way, what the institution of church is a joke, especially with Greeks, man. It's fucked, right? We've gone about this. I've talked to you about it before.
Yeah.
My auntie was like, I like the church and la la la, and like like all that shit. And I said to her, you know what the biggest issue with me is church, and like especially Christianity, they're the worst for it. Greek, like Orthodox Church, is the worst. They haven't progressed at all.
Stagnant.
In 2,000 years, they're more or less exactly the same, man. How can everything else has progressed? Science, politics, culture, as in like sociological,
just everything. The way we live, everything.
Dude, black people are no longer persecuted, as in the way they were in the 50s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We outlawed slavery when, like all that sort of shit. Yeah. But dude, Greek Orthodox Church, man, a woman was knocked back for communion because she was wearing pants, like she was wearing like a suit.
So you're not allowed to wear pants in a Greek church.
She was on her way to work before communion, after communion, and the priest knocked her back because you're wearing pants in church. It's like, didn't Christ wear like a fucking sarong thing with sandals? Yeah. Seriously?
Like, who made up these rules?
Yeah.
What's with these rules?
Yeah, man.
I guess they are holding on to tradition and what they were taught from the beginning, so that's kind of a good thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, but the Bible was created have a look for the first written word of say, we're going with Christian Bible right now, because if you go into like Buddhism or Taoism, it's a whole lot of Eastern philosophy, you'll be there forever. Or Islam, we'll just work with what we've got in front of us right now, yeah?
When was the
As
Bible,
an example, when was the first written, documented Bible?
So, it says here between the 16th century and the 12th century.
Okay, so 1,100 years after Christ.
So
that's the first time someone put pen to paper. Do you know what I mean?
Do you need something interesting? So it says here, the first Bible, as in one of the first Bibles, obviously was a Jewish one, the Torah.
Yeah.
As in thing. But also around the same time was so you got the Hebrew Bible, the Testament, and the Greek one.
Yeah. The first Bibles were written in ancient Greek and Aramaic and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool as. Look at that.
Yeah. The first written words of God, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Interesting.
But my thing was that, especially Greek Orthodox, man, they have not progressed, as in changed with the times. Whereas, some churches, I think, was it Mormons, openly, said that it was Mormons. Was it? Yeah, it was Mormons.
They changed their stance on stuff.
Yeah, they said initially, Native Americans had red skin because they were punished, right? They were being punished for something, right? So that's why they had darker skin. And then at some point, they just changed their stance. Blacks are okay now.
Mormonism started in 1830.
Yeah, right?
Mormonism started in 1830.
Joseph Smith.
Yeah, as in they just changed their stance.
God spoke to me and he said, actually, that's not true anymore.
Yeah, we're fine, right? They're allowed now, right? Whereas Greek Orthodox, man, the same teachings from 1,000 years ago just keep going. And where they're losing. Okay, they're not. This is what I said to my auntie, and she looked at me horrified. Okay, they've got to change their marketing. Okay, they're not appealing to the
young generation.
Okay, they're losing demographic. Okay, Greeks are the worst when it comes to mixed marriages. So if my wife was Muslim or even Protestant or Catholic, another form of Christianity, she would have to be christened into the Greek Orthodox Church in order to be married in a Greek church. Dude, it's all fucking Christianity. What's the difference? We want to be married in the house of God. What is the difference? And they're losing customers like that, man. Because they're fuck this. No, why should we pay for a christening and then pay for the wedding registry as well and all that sort of shit?
Yeah.
What's stopping me from just going to get a celebrant or go to a Roman Catholic church and get married?
We got married by a celebrant.
Yeah.
Got married by a celebrant.
Yeah. Easily, I could go to a Roman Catholic, priest and get married. Just because. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Why not? And they lose. That's the thing. The shit with the pants, knocking back a woman because she's got pants, And that's when my auntie and my mum actually said, didn't Christ wear like a, you know, a sarong thing and like sandals? My cousin, man, the funniest cunt. He was a godfather to his sister's first child. And he rocked up to the church wearing like high tops, like kicks. Like he's a big basketball fiend, big sneakerhead. And my sister or someone said, what the fuck? Like, you wear kicks? He's like, what's the difference? The shoes. Oh, it's Christ.
They cover my feet.
This guy's going to, like, you know, send me to hell because I'm wearing runners? Fuck off, because I wear what I want.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, I guess, yeah, like, I mean, they do stick to their tradition, and that's a good thing, I guess.
Can I just play something quickly? That's the funniest thing is the South Park thing. No,
you are dead, and this is hell.
Hey, wait a minute. I shouldn't be here. I was a totally strict and devout Protestant. I thought we went to heaven.
Yes, well, I'm afraid you were wrong. I was a practicing Jehovah's Witness. You picked the wrong religion as well.
Well, who was right? Who gets into heaven?
I'm afraid it was the Mormon. Mormon was the correct answer.
I always love that bit so much because, it's just so silly.
They take the piss out of in The Simpsons as well. You know when Ned Flanders goes nuts? Yeah. And he's like, you know, I lived devout, I lived meek, I even kept kosher just to be safe.
Like every religion.
Even he casts doubt, you know, like he stayed kosher.
Ooh, diddly diddly.
I feel like,
diddly diddly.
I feel like we could have got, like, a bit more insight from the Bible.
But they didn't know.
As into, like, how shit... Like, because with Genesis, it's just like, in the beginning, God created Earth, and then he created the sky. Like...
That's it.
You know, and we are naturally inquisitive, right?
Yeah.
Like, we want to know how shit works, like...
Yeah, we'll give... Yeah, we've mentioned it, remember?
So you create something that's so inquisitive, so...
That's going to question everything around
wants to question everything, wants to know everything, and you give us this book that makes no sense. Like, there's shit that contradicts.
Everything's a contradiction.
There's just old shit in there that not even relevant to us anymore. There's no descriptions on how the actual Earth was made or anything like that, so...
Book of Genesis, translated from Greek.
There's some bedtime stories. If you read the Bible word for word, man, it's fucking...
It's all about killing and stuff, man.
Yeah, I've read heaps of it. And
it's
so
horrific.
Much of it. It's heaps of weird shit. Like,
yeah, man. Dude, it's all about affairs, adultery, just killing blindly just for the sake of killing.
I love that Reverend Lovejoy bit. Have you read this thing? You practically can't go to the toilet.
That was on the other day.
Yeah.
Was it? When Marge went in there?
Marge.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, Marge.
You actually read this thing. I feel like a little bit more, a bit more.
It needs, I don't know. But that's when I start thinking about extraterrestrial life and I start thinking about parallel universes and all that sort of shit. And like, if we're, say, with the concept of Christianity in mind, if you're going to be told that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and in like 6 days he named everything and all that sort of shit.
Show me proof.
Then why couldn't you accept that there might be, like... You tell me there are no other Earths floating around?
I reckon there are.
And we're talking about, like, not even some weird fucking alien life form.
No, we're talking
completely
beings,
alien
like us. Beings, like us.
Like, how many planets are there? Like, how many billions? Like, if you look up the stats, how many solar systems? How many galaxies? How many...
And dude, like we can see like so many million miles into fucking just into darkness, and it goes so much further. Yeah, like why?
Well, I mean, they've already pinpointed Earth-like planets out there at the edge of our galaxies and shit like that.
We have found. Doesn't mean there are. We have found more than 500 solar systems.
Yeah.
So you're telling me. There's just
in 500 solar systems.
It's just like
the conditions that we need, the conditions for human life and like Earth life to exist, like oxygen, water, heat, like that perfect sort of thing.
Let me read this for you. So far, astronomers have found more than 500 solar systems, and are discovering new ones every year. Given how many they have found in our own neighbourhood of the Milky Way galaxy, scientists estimate there may be tens of billions of solar systems in our galaxy, perhaps even as many as 100 billion. This is from NASA.
Yeah.
We're talking nerds, man. They know this stuff.
We'll trust them.
Frink! Just Professor Frink.
Nah, They know what they're talking about. It's not like some guy from Frankston saying, it's 100 billion.
100 billion galaxy, 100 billion
solar systems
just didn't
Yeah.
Our Milky Way galaxy.
Right?
Now, imagine.
Yeah. How many planets are in our... 8? Yeah. And they're still discovering, like, exoplanets and shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? You're telling me those chances, those odds, the probability of life, even, like, alien to our life, like, not all life needs to exist on oxygen. Maybe there's other shit. You know what I mean? Who knows?
I reckon there is other planets with human life.
Just on sheer numbers.
But I reckon they're more intelligent.
You reckon?
That's what I think.
Yeah, no.
As in, like, because it can't be all the same. Obviously, Earth is Earth, and there's going to be other planets.
Do you reckon there's 3 dumb cunts sitting and doing a podcast on another planet?
Guaranteed.
Talking about
Kim Jong-un.
Called That's Not Wrong.
the Neanderthal life form that may exist out there that they can't be bothered contacting.
There's a thing called Earth.
It's a
We don't do with scum.
we flew past the other day. It didn't look good, man.
They get to their countries within a minute. You know, they've got like transport, like teleportation.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine the probability of like other galaxies all in like communication?
Futurama.
We're just the scum
On the outskirts.
We're like the left back, like scum.
We're the leftovers.
Not included.
Yeah, and
leftovers.
sometime when they like fucking spaceships like break down, they venture too close to our solar system, get sucked in. Or like, we stopped over in the Milky Way for a bit, we're waiting for the
coffee.
spare tyre, you know what I mean?
Or they need some gold or something.
Yeah.
Quick dig for gold and see you later.
The natural resources, and it's in some hillbilly in Texas drunk in his jocks on his porch. It's just, that's a funny looking cow. It's just fucking... Seriously,
I reckon, look, like, I've always believed there is something, because there has to be. Like, for you to think there is nothing, like, beyond us there is nothing, you're
ignorant.
Yeah, because there has to be something. Like, it's whether it be a human or an alien, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
There has to be something. Some other form of life. It can't just be us, because that is just dumb.
Do you know many people that have this conversation?
No.
I've had
it with you guys, but that's...
Yeah. Have you ever talked about this sort of shit?
No, this is the kind of shit I stay up till 2 a.m. in my jocks looking at.
Yeah, I used
by
to do
myself.
That. Man, when I was a kid, I used to get the book, like I mentioned it once. I used to get the books and just sit there reading it. Then when the internet came out, it was all over, man. I've had this conversation with maybe 2 other people, man. One of them was like my Buddhist neighbour.
Yeah.
No shit.
What do they believe? As in,
yeah, same thing. Yeah. He said, yeah, man, it's got to be.
It would be stupid to think there's nothing else out there.
No shit.
Yeah, well, it's either that or it is just one big giant cover-up lie.
By who? Masons.
By the US government.
Because there was that thing where NASA, like, some of their founding, like, scientists were shipped over from Nazi Germany and shit, like...
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, NASA, those cunts know, man. I'm telling you, they know...
Have you seen the cases about what the Hubble telescope's picked up and all the other... Because there's a few feeds that are online that you can get on any time.
Actually have a look,
and they're telescopes and satellites in space that are just constant 24-hour stream. And you can see, like, the Earth and you can see the moon, right? Like, all types of shit. And they were switched off at, like, different timestamps.
But why?
Yeah, and apparently they said, it's because it was, like, a lunar flare... Or like some equipment fucking died, or some shit.
They just had to restart the video
people
feed.
that have been monitoring the stuff, like as in other like civilians or whatever, they said just before the shit was switched off, you can see like foreign objects like appearing. So they reckon that it's like visiting satellites or visiting like whatever. Yeah, and that's a big thing that happened this year especially, and like I think last year. You never heard? I thought you'd be all over it, dude. Yeah, it's like the live feeds from NASA were shut off, and they said, it's a maintenance issue or some shit.
I'm sure it was maintenance.
Because, like, you can see in the foreground between the sun and the moon or some shit, you can see, like, something pop up they say is an alien vessel or something.
You know
How long ago was that?
Dude, if you search it, I reckon it'll come up. It wasn't that. I'm pretty sure I read about it this year. Early this year, maybe?
Planet X. Nibiru, Planet X approaches.
Planet X.
And I'm just thinking back to, like, how balls deep I got into conspiracies.
Yeah, man.
I would spend, like, just 2 days just locked up in the bungalow, just smoking weed and, like, just going down all these different avenues and just freaking myself out. And, like, what if this is possible? And
yeah.
That's how much, like, I want to know shit. Like,
yeah, man, I want to know.
But there's no clear-cut fucking answer.
It's not because, like, I wanted to know this stuff, not because I was afraid of anything. I just wanted to understand, like, why we're here.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why have we got the gift, like, the ability to just do a podcast and talk shit? Now, why is this even relevant to us? Philosophy, all that sort of... This is modern-day philosophy, dude. We're sitting here discussing ideas.
3 professors over here.
Professor Bobby.
This guy's trying to Bulls throwback.
2-pack over here.
I got 2-pack on mine.
Oh, yeah, New Age professors, bro.
No. But
We're not talking shit, though.
This is a form of sociological psychology, man, and philosophy. You know, I mean, this is what's relevant to us. You know, I mean, what are they discussing? Like, in fucking anywhere else? And that's what gets me as well, man. The fact that, like, cunts waste time with Netflix and Stan and all that sort of shit, when they're on the other side of the spectrum, there are people in labs, like, fucking spending 20 hours a day stuck on a microscope or doing maths to figure out the physics of the sky.
Yeah.
And
like
people,
proper stuff.
They discover like a tiny particle of light. It's like, congratulations, we discovered a new galaxy.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wrap your fucking head around that cunt. Like, what?
Yeah.
See how, like, that spec has got this...
rules of engagement on at 8 o'clock.
Dude, just the nature of reality.
Rules of engagement.
Just the nature of reality spins me out, man. Like, everything, like this table,
Yeah.
like, it's just made up of little electronic particles.
Yeah.
Like pulsing particles.
Yeah.
That are flashing in and out of existence. That's what this table's made up of.
I had one of those mind blows the other day. I was driving back from...
Johnny's gone nuts.
What the fuck?
Johnny's going to be the guy that goes crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, I've come close, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Very
He's going to be
close.
running naked through the street.
But just the nature of reality itself is just...
It's here!
The time is now.
John 3:16.
Goes back to Catholicism. Dude, I got that the other day. I was driving from somewhere, like, I think Tempe or something. Maybe it was on Christmas Day. I was driving back. I was taking the freeway. And I was just staring out, like, across the road at the freeway. And I'm like...
Did you have one of those moments of what the fuck is
Yeah,
everything?
what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
It was hot. I had the windows down. I was doing 100k an hour.
On blown up bits of rubber?
Yeah, in a Japanese car. And I'm just looking out the window. I'm just seeing like a plane flying through the sky. I'm seeing trees.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm just like, this is such a small fragment of the fucking Earth, let alone the universe.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know what I get a lot, man? It happens to me because I live in Noble. I always drive, when I'm driving around, like, the bottom area near the train station, like actual Noble Park, I always see migrants, like, as in, you know,
Refugees.
Yeah, refugees, migrants, like, people that obviously have got some sort of heritage outside of Anglo, you know? And I always see, like, the Cambodian or Vietnamese or whatever. And I'm like, fuck, man, where did this dude come from?
Yeah, what's his story?
Yeah, what the fuck is this guy's
Because
story?
everyone's got a story.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
And
I think
I'm just looking at
millions.
this dude, you know, or like watching a couple, like, Noble Park's a lot like that, man. I actually was there yesterday. Dude, Noble Park is honestly like an ad for, it's an ad for processing centres, Islam, Southeast Asia, Bogan, Australia. Like, it's just the biggest melting pot. Everyone turns up at Noble Park, man. Everyone. I got...
Flavour for all at Noble.
Oh, it's everyone is there. Everyone. Like, it's fucking hilarious, dude. But, yeah, I was looking at this couple that were talking, and they were like, you know...
Is this you standing on your balcony just looking out at the world, or...
Oh, that's another one.
You did it around Noble?
No, this is in and around Noble, just walking... I was going to the bakery or something, and I'm just looking at it, and there's this couple talking, they were Vietnamese. I'm pretty sure they were Vietnamese, but they were older, like an older couple, so they weren't born here. Like, as in, yeah, you could hear, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck, man, where did this guy come from? Hanoi, you know, Penang, like, so, like... What did he survive?
Yeah,
where did he grow up?
Yeah.
Because, like, dude, you wouldn't get it in your house, but, like, I think about, like, my mum, like, you know, like, our parents, our grandparents, all that sort of shit. Like, dude, my mum was telling me stories the other day of, we were in North Melbourne, and she's like, is this Errol Street? I go, yeah, it is. She goes, far. She goes, you're our family friends back in the day. He had an apartment just down the road. She goes, well, some wild parties that we had at that joint. I'm like, what? Yeah, I was looking at her, yeah. She goes, yeah. When was this? She goes, in the 70s. You know what I mean?
Free lovin'.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking of, like, my mum being in her early to mid-20s, living in Melbourne, like... Dude, she grew up, like, here. You know what I mean? She grew up in this fucking house. I've been to this village. You know, population 150.
That was the tripped out thing when I went back to Greece, when I went and I saw my grandma's village and where she lived.
Yeah.
And, like, the shit rundown village that she was in, like a little shack of a house. And then I went to my grandfather's village and saw where he grew up. And it was like... But as I was standing there, I go, like, Greece were in war. Like, where I was standing, the Nazis, Germany were there.
Yeah,
and, like, right there where I was standing. Because they they shot my great-grandfather.
Yeah, my great-grandfather was shot by Germans as well.
Germans as well, yeah.
Yeah, on a mountain.
And
I've been to the spot.
It's tripped out, because I had a moment of realisation where, like, fuck, my grandfather would have been, like, young. He was, like, 10. And war broke out. And, man, I'm standing on the land where he grew up. You know, I mean, it's fucking tripped out,
It's tripped out, dude. Like, when I go back to the village, you know, I'm walking around, everyone knows my name.
Yeah, they look at you like,
They know my name, they know my story, even though, like, what's my story, man? I was born in Melbourne, went to school, took a shit, and now I'm here.
Took a shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, like, there's so much history. This is just fractions of villages, man. Everyone's got stories like this. But that trips me out. Like, man, I got this tat. I got it done in 2014 when I came back from the last time I'd gone. And I got it for a lot of reasons. One, I wanted, like, because it's the house, like, you know, that my grandfather had built and my mum and everyone had grown up in. I wanted, to see it and remember that that's there and to try and always work to try and get back to there.
Yeah.
And remember, like, a part of me is there, whether I like it or not.
That's where a part of you is.
Yeah. And I also wanted it as a reminder of how far, like say my mum and my dad, they were both born overseas. My dad came here on a boat in the 60s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mum flew here, but like, I look at it, it's like, shit, man, that's where, like, they came. They came from this fucking...
No English.
My old man grew up in Athens, so, like, it wasn't the same sort of story, but my old lady, man, like, village spec. Yeah. Got the fuck out. She was going to be set to be, like, a housewife. Like, my grandfather refused to let her go to school. Just wanted to marry her off, work her in the fields, and be done with it. But then, you know, when I go back and see my cousins, my age and a bit older, all doing the same shit, like working in the field still and, like, all that crap. It's like, fuck, man.
In a Khurafia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in an apartment.
How easy do we have it? Like, looking at our lives growing up, like, especially, like, for me, looking at my life growing up, and just, like, the feats that my parents would have had to have gone, like, I have it so easy, like, just nothing, like, but no stress, like...
Do you think about that, and then you think about all the Sudanese and Syrians and Arabs that are coming in now...
They've come from war.
Or Afghans and, you know, genuine refugees or migrants that are just fighting to get the fuck out of where they're coming from.
Yeah, I think, like, white Australians that have been here forever... Like, they don't do that. They don't look...
Yeah, they don't see it.
They just think, like, oh, this race, they're cunts, like, or they're rude, but if you actually...
But I do realise that their ancestors came here as well on boats.
Yeah. But just like, for people that have settled here or whatever, like...
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
And people that are just foreign to them, they don't actually think about what they've been through, where they come from. Like, they're completely different
They
story.
look at the 1% or 2% that have come here and caused trouble, but they don't look at the 98, 99%... that have come here from war-torn countries.
And prospered.
Was it war?
Yeah, I think people forget that big time. Like, what people have gone through to, like, just get here and survive.
You know, a lot of these kids that come would have seen mutilation, would have seen beatings, genocide.
Yeah, shit that we would never have seen.
No, like, you know what? We can't wrap our head around it.
You know what shits me about that as well, man? Like, a lot of the racism towards migrants, right? Especially, like, our age and younger, right? They criticize, like, especially, like, you know, Australians, they criticize them for it, right? But it's like, hang on, man. How many of them, who has come here, especially our generation, who has come here from, like, another country and not prospered?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who has come here just to live on the dole? Yeah. No one. Yeah. Like, they want to work. No one, man. Yeah. Like, dude, like, there's an Afghan dude that used to work with us, yeah? Man, he came from Afghanistan with, like, no one.
Yeah.
Like, literally no one. I think maybe his mum, maybe. You know, he'd be younger than us. Because bought a house. Because he just put in the hard yard, started working like a lunatic.
Because when I was over there, man, I saw how hard those kids worked, man.
Yeah.
Like, they were working with me. And they were scared to leave the base because they're going to get killed. They're working for a Western company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put in the hard yards, man. He would go to school during the day.
Yeah.
He'd come work with us at night. I go, when do you sleep? He's like, I don't sleep. He goes, I have to look after my family.
Do you think...
And he's like a 16-year-old, yeah?
How big of a thing is it when one of our mates packs up and says, I'm going to go live in Europe for a year?
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, man.
Like, how are you going to do it? Like,
What the fuck?
Yeah. How are you going to do it? Dude, they're going to Europe. Like, they're going to London to live as a barman or some shit.
Yeah.
They go to the States to travel.
They speak English.
Yeah, they go to an English-speaking country from an English-speaking country, and they get sponsored, get set up with work. Oh, how are you going to do it? It's going to be hard. Oh, yeah, you know, I'll be all right.
Go to Algeria, mate, and see how...
Go to Algeria. Get one of these child soldiers rescued, and then send him to Springvale.
And see how much he prospers.
And see how he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because he'll have a roof over his head, and he'll have a meal on the table.
English is his third language.
Yeah.
He's just wrapped, not be fucking diving from bombs and shrapnel.
Dude, the kid I would work with, he wouldn't eat. The only time he would eat is because our company would provide dinner for the Afghan kids that would work for us.
Yeah.
That's the only time, and you would see them stock up, man. And you know what's the first thing they would eat? Instead of rice and all that? Fruit.
Oh, yeah.
The first thing they would go for is fruit.
Keep that scurvy away.
They had to, man. No, dude, I'm dead set, man. They would eat rice and meat and fruit. Fruit and water. That's the first thing they would go for. Fruit and water.
That really pisses me off, man. Like when I think
and
about
then you
it.
tell kids have a piece of fruit. I don't want that shit. What are you, nuts?
Yeah. I used to have, man, I remember when I was a kid, my mum used to bring fruit out as a dessert, like after dinner. Especially during summertime.
You know what we used to do as kids? We used to get the, my grandma used to get SPC cans with the peaches and put a little bit of ice cream on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Log styles, man.
Dude, my mum would literally just cut up fruit, apples, like whatever we had, and just put it out on a platter. We used to have fennel. You remember fennel?
Fennel, yeah.
Yeah, Cypriots eat a lot of fennel. Do you ever eat fennel?
I don't really eat it,
Really?
but I know what it is.
Yeah.
But that's would be our...
We'd eat it just off a plate.
Yeah.
That was dessert. That's what I grew up with, man. That was dessert. There was chocolate and ice cream in the house, but that every night, standard.
Only when we got the go-ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, you can have a little piece.
You can take a piece.
Yeah, Mark,
No, they would cut it for you.
Can I get some ice cream?
No, they would put it in the bowl.
Can I get some ice cream?
Because they knew you'd just stack up the bowl.
You just fucking...
Yeah. Dude, it'd be like 2 scoops bang into a
Soft
plate.
drinks.
There you go.
Not
There
many
was no
soft
soft
drinks.
drinks. Man, there was no soft drinks in my house.
Juice, maybe.
Juice, maybe?
Yeah.
Milk and water, man.
Yeah.
Not
I
because
was
we were,
lucky like that. I had no soft drinks growing up as
dude,
well.
not because we were tight asses, just because we didn't drink the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
That really bothers me, man. Especially white Australians, man, when they start the dole blood. Like, dude, no one comes here from another country and just sits on a dole.
No.
No one does.
Or wanting to.
No.
Like not wanting
that's
to.
it. They don't want to.
No. A lot of kids have come over here and have actually studied and actually gone on to be doctors and lawyers and or even work in a warehouse, be a warehouse manager, but they did something. They studied. How many kids have come overseas and they've actually learning English plus working? Like they've gone, dude, ESL or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what kills me? When you see those rallies for, what's that White Australia party called? You know, the one again, like...
Oh, yeah.
What are they called? That White Australia, the...
One Nation.
No. No, not One Nation. What are they called? They've been out in recently, like, you know, backing One Nation and they're doing all the anti-migrant rallies and all that sort of shit.
The fuck off, we're full group.
Yeah, them. What's the actual party called? Like the...
Australia First.
Is that it? Australia First?
Restoring nationhood and wealth for Australia.
I think it's Australia First.
There's Rise Up Australia.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Dude, all these bogans...
Far right.
all these bogans look like they're on the dole. They all look like they're fucking just deros. Deros...
Do you know what their youth... They've got a youth...
Yeah, the youth thing.
A Eureka Youth League.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that like the Hitler Youth?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the Hitler Youth League, man.
Pretty much, man. That's...
Seriously. That's scary. Isn't it scary?
I think a lot of them would be just intimidated as well. Like, you know...
Oh, does he not have,
Like, they're rallying and stuff because they're intimidated of the other people coming. Like, they're just different. There's some of them
They don't
smarter,
know.
some of them...
He's a dude that speaks 5 languages, has an engineering degree under him, and has survived World War.
Yeah,
What have you done out in fucking, you know...
Exactly.
You know
Dermot.
Tell you what's fucked, though? People that come over from overseas and they're qualified. Like, I take my cousin, for instance, Johnny.
Yeah.
He's a qualified electrician. If he was to come here, it wouldn't be valid.
Oh,
I don't
It's not
understand.
recognised. Well, same with uni degrees.
I'd rather, like, I said to him, like, you'd have to do a course again and do all that kind of stuff. He's like, but why? I've got my papers. Like, from the government of Greece. I'm saying, qualified. I've done my apprenticeship and everything.
What is it, like different regulations or
Yeah,
something?
it's another standard of education. Even though the standard of education in
It's
Europe is
higher.
so much higher than it
It's
is
higher.
here. Europe, Asia,
Dude.
the Middle East, it's so much higher than
If you go to school
here.
over there, dude, kids over there would come here and run rings around kids around here, man.
Well, that's why they do run rings around kids here.
But they come over here for a better life, and they can't get a proper.
Yeah.
They become cleaners or like janitor, or, you know,
'cause
custodians.
And then they go back and do their schooling again.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, can you imagine anyone from Rise Up Australia fucking applying their
Imagine them
trade
going,
and doing
or going
80
to the
fucking-
Netherlands.
Yeah.
I'm a brickie. No, you're not.
No,
Get
you're
back to
not.
school.
Get back
oh,
to school.
Fuck this.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
This country's fucked.
Look, mate, you're gonna have to do...
more money.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do year 11 and 12 again. Ah, fuck that.
Yeah, man.
I'm going
Yeah.
back to Tassie.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm telling you, that's probably one of my biggest fucking
Yeah.
peeves, man.
Yeah.
Half these fucking alt-right movement dumb fucks. Yeah,
They just don't know. They haven't
Dude,
experienced it. They don't know what hardship is. They've had it easy here.
And
So,
not just that, especially if they grew up in that environment.
exactly what I just...
yeah, I think having it easy here and having access to the dole, some people just do it because you can, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
there's no empathy, though. They don't have any feelings towards
Dude,
anyone
would you
that's...
fuck with like an Afghan or Iranian refugee that literally speaks 3 languages, watched his dad
Dude.
get fucking murdered, survived a genocide, that came here on his own.
Dude, they'll go to stab you in the throat 3 times without even realising what just happened.
That person, man. I would stay clear.
Yeah.
But these fucking bogans that grew up getting fed and having their asses wiped.
Yeah.
Like, you fuck off, we're full. Get fucked, idiot. This person's earned his right to survive.
He's a human
he has
being.
survived.
Yeah.
You barely got out of high school. You didn't make it. You have, they get two plants.
VCAL.
They get two plants, put it in their back bungalow, and all of a sudden they're fucking
Botanists.
The George, you're from fucking Blow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dealing fucking a gram a week.
Yeah, he's $20.
Yeah, willing and dealing,
You're a big roller.
Big roller. Driving their VP fucking Commodores, man.
Dumped on Tars. Tubbed.
So is that their fault, or is it just they're a product of their environment?
It's a product of the
They're
environment.
a product of their environment. It's just
It's
sad.
also this country's fault.
Yeah, it's sad
that's-
that, look, we're all having the same, we all grew up differently, right? But we're all having the same conversation,
It's just opening your mind a little bit and having a bit of empathy for people that...
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you got to be a humanist.
That's it.
At the base level, not fucking... You know what I mean?
That's
But
it.
I've said that all the time, and that's why I like this podcast. I like the conversations we have as three, because we all have different opinions on shit, right? Whether it's abortion, whether it's fucking government, whatever it is. But end of the day, all our opinions are our opinions, but they're educated opinions.
Yeah.
And if you said something that I didn't agree with, and you said something that you didn't agree with him, we'd look to see what facts we could find. But at the end of the day, there's still the empathy underlying everything,
Yes.
and that should be the priority.
Yes.
Yes. You're going to get dickheads that were raised in like a bad environment or different,
Of course,
or
always.
that have closed-minded opinions.
But that's in every country as well.
Yeah.
As in, look at Greece, Italy, France.
Whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
You're going to be a product of that culture.
Yeah.
But we're at a time where every culture is suddenly opening its doors, like its borders. Like every culture is opening its borders because we're actually connected. We're not in a little village scared of like the green monster outside of the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's almost all of a sudden like these fucking idiots, like the alt-right and all that, they're closing themselves off again.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to protect something. Like, dude, you're protecting. What are you protecting?
I'm all about due process
Yeah.
and doing checks and things like that because, like, I understand that.
Yeah.
But you've got to have some kind of feeling for these people. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, a mother with 2 kids, 2, like, young infants. Fuck off, we're full.
Like, motherfucker.
She just escaped her probably abusive husband. Probably...
Yeah, 'cause God knows what she escaped.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
No, exactly.
But who are you to say fuck off, we're full? Like, you're just a person like that person. Like, this isn't
Yeah.
your country. Like,
That's what gets me though as well. Like,
not yours.
The
fucking
alt-right,
idiot.
like the Eureka Youth League, right?
Yeah.
How many years of history are they protecting? 100?
These
Of what?
These people
Just
got
dirty
thousands
history.
and thousands.
Of what? What are they protecting? They came here, they wiped out the Aborigines, and then they set up shop. And now they're sponging off the
telling
system.
people we're full.
Yeah.
Now they're telling people we're
But you're
full.
going to tell like someone from like the Middle East who's got like thousands of years of
Yeah.
like culture behind them.
Yeah.
Fuck off,
Which
we're
can
full.
bring something to
Yeah.
this country.
Like, do you know what I mean? Or like whatever country, not just the Middle East.
Johnny,
like
piss off, we're
anything.
full.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And that, man, like that is what really
Get back
gets
to
me.
Wales, you filthy animal.
And that's why Noble Park really makes me laugh, man. Because you see the Cambodians from Siem Reap, and then you see like the Bogans from Frankston peeling in. It's like you cunts have got
And you know
no
what?
idea.
They all go to the same bakery and get the pork rolls.
Yeah, man.
It's like, mate, if they didn't come here, you wouldn't have no fucking pork roll, would
Yeah,
ya?
they all
Would ya,
love it.
Jeff?
It must,
Jeffrey Smith?
wait, it must just start from a young age, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was thinking the other day, I was tripping out about it. Like, when I was younger, growing up, like, I idolized like black dudes and stuff, like in the NBA.
Of course you did.
Like, I idolized them. Like, and it wasn't even a thing in my mind. Like that these people are different, that they're black. It was just they're cool people. Like they can play basketball.
it,
really
had
well.
skills.
it had nothing to do with race.
Like I never even thought like they were even different to me. It was just
Yeah,
like
'cause it was-
I
I
want
never
to be
thought-
like that
yeah.
guy because he's a mad baller.
But I
and-
never thought of someone as being black or white.
Me either. Like, I was thinking
But
about it
that's
the
how
other
we
day.
were raised, though, too.
Yeah, we were raised like
That's
that.
what I mean. It
Yeah.
must come down to like whether or not you're getting fucking your head filled with shit.
Yeah, well,
and that's going to
you're
make
a product of your environment,
Yeah.
and culture plays the biggest part of that.
Because when you're born, you're not born evil.
No, you're born neutral.
You're born neutral. You can't, because you've got no,
Well, yeah, that's another discussion. Is it like born or?
I'm sorry.
no, it's
I
not-
don't
it's
think
not
you-
Like,
born.
would Hitler have been Hitler if he had this loving, nurturing family that fucking whatever?
No.
No one knows. No one knows. You, can't answer
like,
that.
Well, he was a megalomaniac with like a massive fucking,
but who
problem.
knows what happened
Yeah,
to
but
him
what made him
previously?
like that? Was he born that way? Was he born evil, or was he?
Well, clearly there's going to be a bad seed in everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a bad seed.
So you do believe in
Bad
the
seed.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
some people are just bad from the get go, right?
Surely.
Like, when he was a kid, in kinder, was he setting kids on fire? Do you know what I mean? Like, was he the omen?
Was he not disciplined about it?
He went to school, like everyone else. He was a nice kid.
Like,
he
was
went
he
to
getting-
art school. He got rejected from art school, but
Yeah, maybe that's
what triggered.
It's triggered.
Or was he getting bashed by his parents, or what?
Exactly,
Like,
we
or
don't
was
know.
he-
There could be other.
Or was he just evil?
bullied? He could have been bullied, like, all the way through school. You know?
You know, it all depends. Like, you look at the serial killers in the States, like Gacy
Yeah.
and Jeffrey Dahmer, like the
I've
cannibalism.
done all that. Yeah, I've done all
Have
that.
you seen the?
Yeah.
Have you read about Jeffrey Dahmer? Like the background on him?
Not really.
Cannibalism, living with his mother.
Yeah.
Wearing a fucking shit. The lampshades
Yeah.
in the house made out of human skin.
Like, fucked up stuff. So you've
Yeah.
grown up in that environment.
If you've grown up in an environment where you tortured the cat and weren't punished for it, or you tortured the cat
I'm gonna
and
do it
then were
again.
beaten to death for it or molested,
I'm gonna
then
do it again.
Yeah, it's going to fuck with your head.
Because I was thinking about it the other day, like, I wonder how much what I teach Indy or what I do with Indy or anything, how much that's going to impact her, like,
It always is going to impact her, man.
I was tripping out. Like, is it just the littlest things, like, that can change the whole course of the way they think about shit?
That's what pisses me off about blasé parents that think that raising a kid is either too hard or have no effort whatsoever. They just think that they pop it out because it's the accessory of 2016.
Oh, man, not me. I'm constantly analysing everything I do, and I think about how it's going to impact her.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've said that about you 100 times, dude. Like, even when you're like doubting yourself about whatever you're talking
You
about.
definitely know what you're doing,
I'm like,
man.
dude, whatever you've done with yourself, you're doing the right thing by your daughter, like 100%, like no matter what. Like, and I tip my fucking hat to you every single time, man, because I know parents that couldn't give two shits. They're just like too self-involved or selfish or whatever.
Like, I can't see you being, like, say, In's being, like, 18 saying, all right, time to move out. Like, I can't see you being that guy.
No, I'm not that guy.
Dude,
You know what
like,
I mean?
this way, yeah, like everything I've ever said to you guys about the same old man, right? Like, whatever my grievances are with him in any which way, the one thing that I can recognize 1,000 things he's done which have positively reflected on my life. One of them being he worked his balls off to put food on our table first and foremost.
Yes.
And that's why I've kept working. Like, my back's fucked, shoulders, like, I'm exhausted.
But you work.
But I fucking turn up to work every single fucking day, no matter what, man. And I've said this for years. You know what I mean? Like, because of my old man's work ethic.
Yeah.
I saw it in him growing up. He would, without complaining, man, the guy would work 80 hours a week. You know?
Yeah.
How many fucking alt-right dickheads would actually do that?
Nah.
Just, fuck it.
Nah.
You know, and
Spend hours and hours
work
at
2
work.
days,
And
work 2 days helping their mate plough a driveway and then just,
Mr. Plow.
get on the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why, man.
Yeah.
So, dude, everything you say and do will affect your daughter. That's why I'd ask you. Remember I asked about her friends? Has she got any friends that are being bad influence yet? Or like, how you gonna? Yeah, dude, everything plays a part. Man, I remember being a kid, hanging out with like a certain mate or something, and I'd pick up like a bad habit, come home, try it out, and my mum would just like
Shut you down straight away.
Yeah.
the fuck to learn that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Better quit that shit real
we
quick.
don't do that shit around here. And that's it.
It must be so, like, even just the littlest things you do can just impact their whole life. Like,
Yeah.
But they're sponges, man. Especially at this age, they're sponges. They take in everything. Everything. So they're going to pick up on your mannerisms.
Everything.
Pick up on your language
Oh,
skills,
man,
the way you talk.
she does.
Everything.
Yeah, man. If you swear in front of her, she'll start swearing.
Pick it up straight
Then you can't
away.
yell at her for swearing
No,
because
because
it's
you
like
did it.
you've been
it.
doing it for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I know guys that swear in front of their kids like sailors.
Nah, fuck that.
Look, what are you doing, dude? Like, just some fucking, like, really? You don't care? You know?
We never, especially with the twins, never. Because they pick up, they're so quick at picking things up, man.
Yeah.
And they'll pick it up and they'll continue, and they'll repeat it, but they'll keep doing it like, back. They'll keep doing that. And
Just
they'll
because
think-
it's something new to them,
Yeah.
they've got a spark out of you.
Exactly, and they'll go
Yeah.
to creche or kindy or whatever, and
Yeah.
they'll keep saying it, and then the parent, teacher will be like, "What's going on?" Like at home, like where is she hearing this from, or he's hearing this from? So you got to really be careful, like with what you say around kids.
It's weird, man. Like, a lot of us, like in our age, like now, our generation, we're doing a lot more, like, looking at the bigger picture sort of thing. I think that's why, like, with that multicultural now and, like, just borders are opening, you got to understand, like, our parents, our grandparents, like, they didn't have that. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucked.
They came here, worked their asses off, kept quiet.
Yeah, keep
There
to
was
themselves.
kept to
You know what I
themselves.
mean?
There was no.
I was lucky, like, because my parents assimilated. Like, they actually assimilated. Like, when they got here, there was none of this, we are Greek and that's it. Like, whatever. Yeah. Like, my mum spent more of her life here than she has overseas.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same, like, you got to find a healthy medium of, like, respecting where you come from and then embracing the future. Just shits me when idiots have no respect for anyone else's.
Yeah.
You
Like nothing.
Yeah.
They've got nothing. Like, I'd be interested to see where your family tree lies, man. I reckon it'd be cool as to look into it.
How many generations can you go back to, like in Melbourne? Or like Australia?
I don't know. I haven't really.
Dude, you should look into it. I reckon it'd be cool as. Because with the wogs, it's different.
dude,
because
like,
we go back to the village.
One phone call, I'll get my whole family tree
but
from the
because
last
you're
20
saying
years.
you've got Welsh in you, or maybe some Scottish somewhere in the line, and England. Like,
Did you ever ask those questions when you were growing up?
Not really.
Really?
I thought about looking into it myself.
While he's playing FIFA, you know what I mean?
Hey, son, you want to hear about our family heritage?
Yeah.
Shut up, I'm lining up for a goal, idiot.
I've nearly got the trophy, the last trophy.
But I reckon it'd be cool, man, like Welsh and stuff. Like I said to Ren, like I want to go for a holiday and do like Scotland, Ireland, and Wales and stuff. That's something I really want to do.
Yeah, same.
So I'm hoping in the next couple of years, like if permitting. But
yeah, like if India,
I love that shit. Like
dude,
I love it.
If your little girl asks you, like,
where are we from?
Yeah, where are we from? How do you answer that question?
We're Australian, or our heritage is Welsh.
Like how would you break it down?
Because knowing your brain, she might have the same kind of. She might be interested in
exactly
learning.
If it's in you, if you're that much of a conspiracy nut, I'm sure she's going to question it.
Where are we from?
That's actually weird that I haven't really looked into it. I've always thought about it.
Yeah,
back in my
I
head,
reckon
but I've
it'd be
never
cool,
bothered.
especially with you guys, because you've got the right name. It'd be like overseas.
Yeah, it'd be relevant as fuck. Man.
Yeah, man.
I'd want to know.
Like your great uncle could have been a commander of some Welsh army. Like you never know. Like I reckon it'd be cool.
Sovereign rat,
local thief,
Resident rat.
a horse thief.
I was waiting for this to turn into something like this.
It was a
Keep it
horse
coming,
thief.
boys. Keep it coming.
He's not horse.
It was Morgan Wright.
He tried to steal a horse. Tried to steal a horse from Bundaberg. Just
Took off from Swansea to Cardiff.
in the middle of the night, ran out of food. The horse got caught in a swamp. They found him in a tree 4 days later eating gum nuts.
That's my heritage, right?
I reckon it'd be cool, man. The local thief.
Oh, fuck. I'm just picturing his face.
The town drunk.
Yeah, man, the town drunk. Easy. Totally unrelated,
Town
man.
crier. Ding ding, here.
Hear he.
It's 11th hour. Ding, 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 ding. Dude, totally unrelated. FIFA.
It's the 11th hour.
Yeah, FIFA 17. You got stuck into it?
Yeah.
It was good.
I've played,
I've already played it.
I've made it down one division in seasons already.
I've
With
started
Chelsea.
Yeah.
You're such a points man.
Wait, so you started a straight season?
There's a thing, so online on FIFA, it's called Online Seasons, and you start in Division 10, and you challenge people that are on the same skill level as you.
Update teams as well. Do they update the teams?
Yeah, every time you turn it on, it updates the teams, the roster, as to what the real roster is.
Yeah, but if you're playing Chelsea on fucking Division 10...
No, because it matches you with people with the same star level
Skill
teams.
level. Okay.
Yeah,
It's matched on where you're at skill-wise and also the team that
You know what I'd be impressed with? If you actually picked like a 4th Division team and worked your way to the Premier League. That would be something.
Okay, do you know what I did? Because I got it as well.
Did you get 17?
Oh, yeah!
Just quickly, the Online Seasons is really awesome because you're constantly progressing.
Okay,
And the more people you beat, the more you'll drop in
I
divisions,
got it
right?
because I thought about in hindsight, it'd be really like we could actually play FIFA 17 at my house as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
It's got like
What are your first impressions? You like it?
good game. The mechanics are a bit clunky, as in like I reckon FIFA 16 that we used to play here.
It's just
You know
different.
what?
You'll get
17
used to it.
feels different.
You will get
17
used
feels
to it.
heavy.
Yeah, it feels very
Bit
heavy.
heavy.
I've noticed it's not as easy to like just chase someone down and steal the
no,
ball.
it's
Like you have
fucking
to,
hard.
you have to watch like your steps, like
But that's a good
turning.
thing. It's not a
turning
bad thing
shit.
because it teaches you to play properly.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it makes you watch the players and
Yeah,
like
it's very, very simulated,
Yeah.
very-
right?
yeah.
I'm playing a different mode. I'm not playing online seasons. I'm playing
skill games.
create a player.
Oh yeah, create a pro.
Basically, man, there's this thing where you can create a player and you just take him through the ranks. Like he starts on like rank 50 or 60 or whatever, and then you just pick a team or he gets drafted, and then like he has to earn his place and like depending on your performance during the game.
Who'd you pick,
and
Real
you,
Madrid?
you play with just that one player, right?
Yeah, or you can, at the start of the game, it says, do you want to play as the player or do you want to play
You
as
can
the team?
customize your
And
player.
what did you do? The team? Or just,
I created and it says, because you can create a custom character
Yeah.
that you can use all the time, or you can just create a custom character for that career, and then once you progress the character to a point, you can retire him and then use him as a manager.
Yeah. It's got all that. Yeah.
In my head, I'm seeing the bigger picture. I want to create like a whole bunch of different rosters. I created my first dude. His name's Massimo Cabuzzo. Right? He looks like. Do you know what he looks like?
Massimo, good soccer name.
Yeah. He looks like a young Toddy. Remember Toddy?
Yeah.
One of my favourite players of all time. Toddy.
He's still playing. I can't believe it.
Is he?
Dude, he's like 41.
Are you joking?
He's a legend, man.
He was a gun, dude. He was a gun player. He looks like a young Toddy. I'll show you some screenshots.
A name like Massimo.
Massimo Cabuzzo, right? And his nickname's White Mass. Right? Dude, I put him in Juventus.
Of course.
Yeah. I put him in Juve. And basically, the point is you're meant to hold, the coach has an expectation of you.
Yeah.
You know, like, we've seen how you've been playing. You're expected to be performing at this level. You've got to create so many passing opportunities, so many goals. Yeah. You have to maintain an average of 8 point whatever,
assists,
6 point whatever.
Got to get amongst it.
Yeah, dude.
Young lad.
It's got that bar where it
So
goes
you
across.
play as just him on the field.
Yeah.
And even to the point where you lose points based if you're not, like, because I'm playing as a defensive mid, like a winger.
Position or whatever.
Yeah, I'm playing as a defensive mid winger on the right. If you don't stay in that position, like the red arrow comes up and says you've got to get back to you got to lead to the arrow so you can get back in a position. Otherwise, the coach's suggestions are you need to stay in your position.
Yeah,
dude, I started playing as like him, and it's a bit to get used to, but at the same time, it sort of works really well because the AI of the computer is really, really good.
It is.
So it goes back and forth. Opportunities are created, but it's an important thing of you to be in the right place at the right time to keep play going.
Yeah.
And you sort of get in the mentality of, because you can press X to call for the ball.
Yeah.
But if you call for the ball selfishly, like, pass it to me, I'm going to go for a run. If it's a bad call, intercept it easily.
They'll just ignore you.
It just says in red letters, bad call for bad
Pipe
pass.
down, bitch.
Johnny just goes striker.
And it works against your rating.
You know,
dude, first game with this dude, I just came out, kicked a hat-trick. I kicked the first goal in like the first 10 minutes. And like, some games, that's the thing, some games, I'll do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll literally do nothing in the entire game. And once you sub him, then you can get the option to play as the team for the remainder of the game or simulate it.
I usually just play with the team.
Yeah. Or,
Nicholas likes to have his foot in everything.
Everything, mate.
No. I've actually
Balls
preferred...
deep.
I feel like I do better playing as my player.
Yeah.
Because I can set up play. I can set up play, right? So I started, in at least 3 games I've kicked like a hat-trick. So your rating just goes to 10 straight away. And then it's got all the manager and all the press off your RSS feed, like Twitter.
All hail Massimo.
Yeah, it literally says, bring you play. And then my manager has said I'm optioning you out to be on loan to other clubs.
Yeah, and you get to choose.
Because I've gotten that good.
You're in the streets, bitch.
I've got all the heat
And then
on
have
me.
you hit internationals yet?
No, not yet.
Which country you picked?
Italy, because he's Italian.
Yeah,
He's Italian.
Yeah. And you get to play for the international
Italy
Italy
said,
team.
I got a letter saying, you'll
be considered.
International considerations coming up, la la la.
It's cool as.
Yeah, but that's what I've done, man. And I'm going to make like I want to start careers like that. I'm going to do like a Greek player.
It's going to make a legacy.
Yeah. It's sick.
The Greek name, you've got to put it like a big name there, like Papastapathopoulos. Hercules.
Yeah,
No, go on, Dimitri Zorba.
Zorba. This guy.
Had to say it, sorry.
I love how
The Zorbinator.
Anthony Quinn isn't even Greek. The guy that played the dude in Zorba the Greek. He's not even Greek.
Dim the Zorba Master, that's your character name.
You're fried, man.
Zorbinator.
Why does
Zorbinator.
Why does it come back to Zorba, dude?
Oh, no, it's the only thing I know.
I don't remember the
That's
last
the
time
cheesiest, like, Greek thing
I don't
ever.
remember the last time I danced to Zorba.
My
Did we
wedding.
do it at your wedding?
For like a couple of minutes.
I love getting a rise out of you boys.
No, we danced at my wedding, but I didn't want to
Did
do
you wake
it
up
too
with your
much.
damper and your Lamingtons this morning? Watching
Yep.
VFL's greatest hits.
I dug my damper up, took it inside, chucked on ABC.
What? Oh, dude, Max Walker passed away this year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Maxie
he did.
Walker.
Max Walker, and there was another dude.
Dude, Richie Benno, man.
Richie Benno.
Yeah, Richie Benno.
Tony Gregg.
Tony Gregg.
Oh, he died a few years ago.
No, Richie Benno was this year, so
Yeah.
was Max Walker. Yeah, fuck, more celebrities. Max Walker, man. Are you watching The Big Bash? Do you watch The Big Bash?
Sometimes. If it's on TV, I'll have a quick... It's alright.
Yeah, there was one season where I watched it, I actually went that same season.
Man, we should go to the Nets, man. Let's have a hit.
I can just see this guy getting sconed in the nuts.
Oh, me and my boys, back in Fenchurch Gully, we used to always get stoned and go to cricket nets. Always.
Have to get stoned.
Always.
I stopped playing at
had
the
to get
Nets when
stoned.
I was like 17 or something, man. Like at the back of my mum's house at the park.
We should go. It's really good fun.
Dude, Orion's awesome. We should go have a hit.
Yeah, but I can just see this guy getting sconed in the nuts. Like I can just
Nah,
see.
you can see me hitting sixes, fucking left, right, and centre.
Ball
That's how
shame.
Bone.
Bowling, Jono.
I reckon we should go. Have you got
all the
stuff?
cricket camp just starts
I
coming
think
out.
I've got a cricket bat somewhere in my grandfather's garage.
Just the cricket camp.
All the cricket
skills.
camp lingo starts
Actually,
coming
yesterday, speaking of cricket, I was at the Denise's house.
Yeah.
And they've got that little Kanga cricket set up. The little yellow bat
Oh,
thing.
my God.
And I'm sitting there, and the girls are getting changed and stuff, and I'm sitting there in the bit, like, just doing shots, doing the cut shot, the sweep.
out. Perfect form. Perfect form.
Yeah, man. I was just sitting there, and cut shot. And Red's looking at me going,
Stepped
what the fuck
into
are you? And she's looking at me, what are you doing? And I'm sitting there doing the block. Like the forward thrust block.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
The big open leaves.
Yeah.
Do you know what that reminds me of? There was a cricket game on computer, like 386, like back in the day.
I probably played it.
And left click was like a front sort of sweep shot, and right click was like a big swoop, like a big cut, like open cut for six. It was just
Open cut every time.
Just kept clicking, like just hoping to
You know
God you
what?
connect.
My favourite times as a kid was like Christmas time. In my grandma's area, there's all kids and stuff. So we used to all get together, get the bat, and get the tennis ball, wrap it in tape.
Oh, dude, I was
tape,
the
the
king.
seam.
Yeah.
I was the king of the tape tennis ball,
Yeah, man,
Do you
that
reckon
was
they
the
do that
best.
overseas? Do you reckon they do that in like UK or
I'd say
America?
so. I think so. In the UK, they would. Not,
you reckon?
Not in the States.
Could you search that? Like, because
Do they make
electrical tape, you had to use a black electrical tape.
you couldn't do like shitty tape.
Yeah,
they
mine
make-
was a work of art.
Do they
dude.
make electrical seams on tennis balls? Electrical tape seams on tennis balls?
Yeah. Yeah, that's an Aussie thing for sure, yeah?
Hey, tell me you guys played Test Match, the board game.
Ah, dude, Johnny Des had the setup on his pool table.
Lay out the big fucking
Yeah,
green
man.
thing with the field. Oh, dude.
Test match was the best.
And the fence was always hard to click together, always came apart.
Tape
Motherfucker.
ball
Are you serious? It's actually a thing.
was pioneered in Pakistan.
What?
Stolen.
Yeah, is greatly attributed to Pakistan's famous fast bowlers as children. That's how they
That
learn.
makes sense. They
So,
got like no supplies
so-
for anything.
So it says here like Australia. It came in later in Australia, but it's mostly used in Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh.
That's mad.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Like the
South Asia.
slums. Like
South
the
Asia.
slums of South Asia.
Yeah.
Just a rock.
Yeah.
Just a rock wrapped in tape.
They reckon
Rock
Shoaib
with the
Akhtar. Remember
electrical
Shoaib Akhtar, the Pakistani
Yeah,
bowler?
Shoaib Akhtar,
That's
yeah.
how he learnt.
Yeah, man.
With a tennis ball and Shahid Afridi, the spinner.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah, man. Like it's
That's
dude.
history. Yeah.
I remember
Innovation.
my mum used to always be in love with Imran Khan.
Dude, I'm in love with Imran Khan, but the what's it called? The Afghani Pakistani Dutch R&B singer.
Oh, okay.
You haven't heard me like. Are you serious?
Don't think
See?
so.
Dude, I've got
tape-
so many people into Imran Khan.
The tape ball gained popularity later on in England, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and West Indies, but it remains widely used in Pakistan. When kids learn cricket, they don't let them touch a cricket ball first. They get them a tennis ball and wrap it in tape.
You're going to learn street ball first, kid.
Yeah, bad man.
Yeah. Hey, you
Dude,
guys want to play stick ball?
Imran Khan was a
Swing
cricketer turned politician. Yeah.
That's history,
Yeah,
boys.
he's a politician now.
Yeah,
Imran
yeah,
Khan.
yeah.
There's another Imran Khan, and this guy knows it because I've
He's a mad cunt.
Dude, I've prattled on about this guy for like the last 3-4 years.
But he's
man.
awesome, though. Like, awesome.
Imran Khan is like the South Asian version of like Chris Brown. He's massive. That's how me and Sam the Afghan like first bonded at work because I was singing one of the songs. He's like,
Arnie heard it.
"What are you singing, man?" I go, "What do you think I'm singing?" He's like, "Is that Imran Khan?" I'm like, "Yeah, brother." Yeah, dude, I've lost my shit over this dude. He's the best. He's the coolest motherfucker. Can't believe I've never actually mentioned it. Yeah. But that tape ball,
I was like, oh, that's him.
yes, look. Yeah, man. What a boss!
Nah, never heard of him. I've never
Down
heard
at
of
the
him.
gully.
Just slaying
Yeah,
women.
dude, they're not big on the Punjab scene in the gully. You know what I mean?
We didn't get whiff of him down
He
in
was
the gully,
actually
that's
born
for
in
sure.
the Netherlands.
Yeah, he's Dutch.
Yeah.
A lot of the Dutch dudes, man, are massive in
Dutch
the R&B
Pakistani.
Bollywood scene right now. And they're mostly Dutch.
They're
Like Summer
loaded,
Blake is
loaded.
Summer Blake is from that scene. Time War's from that scene. It's heaps. Dude, I'm just talking about another word right now. Dude, I've gotten into cabs, and I've gotten into these full, like, not arguments, but just, like, bonding sessions with cabbies, just because I know, like, so much about Bollywood music. Like, Honey Singh and, like, all
Some of
these
their
other dudes.
beats and shit are awesome.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
Jeez.
It's the best.
See cricket balls, man. See that?
Yeah,
Origins.
sorry, I was just going to say, that reminds me of when I was a kid. Like, you just said,
in the
remember
street.
being a kid. Yeah. For me, it brings back that just after Christmas or just after New Year's, we'd be in Dramana and we'd set up the backyard cricket. Yeah, the rubbish bin with the tape.
yeah.
Standard back over the fence, six and out.
6 and out.
Egg.
One hand, one bounce.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. Like
Yep.
all that sort of shit, man.
Automatic wiki.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the automatic wiki.
Yeah, past the tree, like
And
the tree line.
you hear the ticking. Oh,
Yeah, I'm caught.
Because that cricket bat used to wail on.
Yeah,
just
man.
like, and then just hear the light click.
They all go up like, oh, God.
I was actually thinking about the other day because I had Christmas Day at my cousin's house, and one of my sisters got obviously my nephew.
Yeah.
My other cousin's got like 2 kids. One's 10 and one's 6 or 7. I can't remember. So I was just watching like the family, like how it's changed. But I remembered our last summer cricket session was in Dramana when my cousin's missus was pregnant. And I'm like, man, we need the cricket bat. And then was like, oh, do we have a cricket bat in the house? Like, I'm like, man, there's like 7 adults here. Let's just go down to the store and buy
one, like $50, whatever. Just get
literally,
one.
me and my cousin drove down to the Dramana shops, bought it, and before we left, I made the fucking, like, I said, you know what we need? He's like, he looked at me, he's like, yeah. I went and bought black and yellow electrical
Yeah.
tape before we left.
Yeah, man.
We're in the car, and I'm sitting there taping up the tennis ball.
And not only that, you do the seam for it, like
Yeah.
the proper,
Yeah,
like,
man. Yeah, man.
the fingers, and the spinner for the underneath. Yeah, man.
That reminds me, that's probably one of my earliest. And dude, we're all kids of Greeks.
We love
And that's what
cricket,
I remember
man.
from summer
Yeah.
as a kid.
Well, next door neighbour, we had Rick Williamson.
Williamson?
Yeah. He was a Carlton supporter too, staunch kid, like blonde, freckles.
Oh.
We used to go into cricket with him.
Mad cricketer.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
really
man.
good cricketer though. He played like state and stuff. Like,
Does Greece have an international cricket team?
Nah.
Great.
I don't think so.
Nah, man.
Do you reckon? I don't know. Search it.
Because there's the World Cup and there's some pretty fucking like weird countries in
Yeah,
there.
no. It's mostly like.
That's always the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Barbados. It's always the Caribbean, man. Trinidad and Tobago.
The mahogany gods.
Greek Cricket Federation. The hell?
Are you joking? Greek cricketers.
Greek national cricket team.
Are you for real?
Dude, it's an affiliate.
The Zilberinas.
Their first international was against Spain. Hellenic
fuck.
Cricket Federation. Greece made its international debut in 1990. Right? Its strong cricket tradition is due to the 50... Oh, it's because of Corfu. Because of the English.
Oh, when the English landed.
It's mostly in Corfu, not in... Like, Saloniki, I look at it, what the fuck is that?
Corfu is the southernmost island of Greece. It's
And
the biggest island as well.
It was 50 years of British rule. So, that's where it comes
They
from.
started playing cricket.
They started playing cricket, yeah.
Every time I've gone to Greece, I've never seen anyone
I
playing
love
cricket.
it. 2006, disqualified.
Why?
It doesn't say.
Smoking on the field.
Look it up. 2006. 10 years ago.
Look at these names there.
Refused to butt out the smokes on the field.
Captain.
They're on the pitch, just fucking...
On the ball.
Yeah, it's just... mate, you want to put that smoke out? I smoke what I want.
These names
That's
are
got his
awesome,
phone calling
dude.
up a bird as well.
But
Like, I gotta go.
Everyone's Greek. There's no Indian guys. You know how sometimes the
Yeah,
Indian
they
guys
bring in the ringers.
but this is like the captain, Anastasios Mounisos. Spiros is their gun player.
Spiro.
Team manager, Stelianos Goutsis.
That's mad.
But they've got, it sounds like a Pakistani coach. Yosef Misfoot.
Yeah, Yusuf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Pakistani.
In Greece.
Indian.
But it's just in Corfu. There you go. It's
Actually, Corfu or Crete?
Corfu.
Corfu isn't the southernmost island. So I thought he said Crete. Corfu is the most one of the most west islands.
Yeah,
It's near the coast of
islands,
Italy. You can
yeah.
see. I've been to Corfu.
And I went there this year. It was
Brutal.
It's really bastardized.
Yeah.
Like really, like you could just tell it's really westernized. Like
Yeah, tourist. It was a massive tourist
Yeah.
trap. When you go,
So that makes sense why they play cricket there. 'cause
yeah,
it's
when
just
you go to the most, when you go to like taverns and shit, taverns left over from the 80s, chances are they've got a Corfu poster on the wall. Do you remember those posters? It'd be a
just
shot of
Corfu,
Greece,
yeah,
and then in
Corfu.
white impact writing, it would
Yeah.
just say the name of the island. Standard posters.
when you go into
dude.
the old airline, it's in the
yeah, the travel agents.
travel agent, the old Greek ones. There's the same. They're still there.
Yeah, probably in Oakley. You find them in Oakley in Karas.
Karas travel.
Yeah. Karas travel. He used
Give
to
me
be on
another
one side
random
street.
fucking country. Another country you wouldn't think that would play. Like Italy wouldn't. France.
They love rugby. I don't know about
Rugby, yeah.
Rugby, yeah. I don't know about
Argentina
cricket.
plays awesome rugby. Like they love it. Italy.
French cricket.
Nah, they'd play cricket. It's next to the UK. They'd have to play cricket.
Yeah. Yeah, they would, right?
Yeah, pick a random country. Kenya.
Kenya. No,
'cause
Kenya
remember-
got its proper team.
Remember sometimes people would like
Kenya
say...
play in the World Cup, man.
Do they?
Yeah, Bangladesh, Kenya, all those kinds.
Yeah, yeah.
Thailand? Thailand.
Ah.
Now we're getting serious. But then again, that's Southeast Asia. You got South Asia bordering. Like, surely the cricket would bleed over.
They got one, but then nowhere.
Ah, okay. Pick another random country, man. Even the States, man. They
Dude,
play,
Iceland.
States don't play cricket.
Nah, they don't play
They
cricket.
always mock it.
They got their own sports.
Iceland have got a cricket team.
Why are you so proud of that? Like it's an achievement for
I love
Iceland.
how their
Well
thing is
done,
a
Iceland.
penguin. Penguin.
That's mad.
Iceland cricket. That's fucked. Anyway. But anyway, that was a good... Yeah, that's...
How does the Big Bash? I brought it up because, like, I never watched it, and then all I saw was the ads for the Big Bash. Every time, like
They make it
last
exciting.
summer before, I'd come home from the gym or something, it'd just be the Big Bash going on till fucking God knows what time. They introduced that just because it was, like, Test cricket was dying in the arse, yeah?
Yeah. And one day was dying as well.
One day is?
Yeah. They were dying in the arse a bit.
So how does Big Bash work? Is it just
20
like
overs
20
each.
overs?
Smash the ball. It's actually pretty cool.
That's the only reason to play, yeah? Who plays in that, though? Like,
No,
not
we've got
the-
some big names, internationals. Like they,
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So the Indian Premier League started all this because they got massive money, man. Actors, like actual proper actors, own teams. Like, I'll show you, man.
Could you imagine Tom Cruise just owning, like, a random team?
No, has to be Indian.
I'm pretty
Bollywood.
sure if you go play for an Indian international team, Indian team, like you run big bucks. Like Brett Lee or whatever did it, like got heaps of money to go play.
Yeah, man.
Shane Warne did it.
Dude,
Shane
you know,
Warne,
you know, the tournament goes for like 6 or 7 weeks, and they get paid like $2 million.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
It's just like a religion over there, and there's so many people.
Big
Big Bash is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, Big Bash is cool.
Why?
I went to it at the
Okay, what's cool about it?
Etihad.
Because you just see
just-
people hitting for six.
Yeah, and it's exciting.
Yeah,
It's
there's no
exciting.
lulls. It's just all go, go, go.
Shouldn't they do that to just cricket in general, man? Like, I'll be honest, man.
I like the one dayers. I don't have an issue with 50
Like-
overs. That's fine.
I grew up like I said, playing backyard cricket and all that sort of shit. Like I love the actual, and I respect the sport because it's a fucking middle of summer. These poor bastards are standing out in the G wearing like woolly jumpers and pads and helmets and shit.
Dude, the fact that you have a ball that's as hard as concrete coming at you at
200k plus.
like 160 Ks,
Yeah.
bouncing and just going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's skill.
And you
man.
got the nuts to stand in front of it
And you gotta try and-
block it with a stick.
You got to try and
Hey, you know
yeah.
this actress,
Who's that?
Indian Bollywood actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, she owns the King's 11 Punjab.
Really?
Dude. Ness Wadia. Actors. They're all Bollywood actors. They own the team.
Yeah, tax write-offs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they get their cousins to go and play. You know what I
Mega
mean?
money. And they got an auction for players.
Dude,
So like we'll auction 800,000.
Like, dude, I pay
pay
cricket.
you.
I pay out on cricket a lot.
Yeah.
I respect the sport, like you just said, man. To stand there and do that in the fucking sun,
150 k's
that
an
helmet,
hour.
man. How can you see anything through that helmet?
even
Pads,
the
everything.
art of bowling, like
Oh, it's okay. It's an
to get
art.
the ball to turn in the air and bounce off the seam in a certain way.
Yeah, it's
fucking-
physics,
It's
man.
amazing.
It's
man.
physics.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And the guy that does the pitch, it depends on the pitch, and you got to turn this way. Is it green? Is it dry? Is it
Yeah, a
whatever?
lot of
And-
preparation goes into the
Yeah,
pitch to
it's
make
a
it perfect.
big, big industry, and there's a lot of mechanics. But dude, watching
yeah.
Test cricket, like, just writes it off.
Nah.
It's alright if you got plenty of weed and plenty of booze. You can just sit there and just.
That's it. I couldn't watch cricket without getting smashed.
Dude, Triple M do Test cricket now, as in on the radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but how long
I
does
want to kill myself, man.
How long does cricket go for, man?
5 days. It should. Our test goes for about 5 days.
What's the object of it? Like, I always question it because, like,
It's cat and mouse because you got to know when to like a declaration, and then you got to be able to bowl the other team out, and then if you bowl them out quickly, then you send them back in. If you've got runs in hand, it's like
How
There's a lot of strategy to it.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
It
And
feels
there's
like.
no overs. It's just keep bowling and.
So when does it stop?
until someone wins.
Yeah, but how do you win?
So you score. You got 2 innings each, and then say Australia's playing Pakistan now. So Australia bats, they score 500, right? And they say they declare or
Why
whatever
would you declare? Why wouldn't you just keep batting?
because you need time to bowl out the other team to win the game. As in
Before the fifth day?
Yeah, if you get a high
yeah.
enough score and you
Yeah.
think we can get them for that,
We
we'll
can
just
bowl
declare
them out.
now. We
Fuck
can bowl them out.
Yeah.
We can win that fucking day.
Yeah, and if say because they go for the second inning, so if say Australia made 500 and Pakistan scored 200,
Yeah.
all out, Australia can say, all right, go back in, bat, because we've got 300 runs in the hand,
Yeah.
right? And even if Pakistan even if Pakistan take the lead, as in
Yeah.
they score more than the 300 they need, Australia goes in and bats, scores 100 runs, wins.
Yeah.
It's just cat and mouse.
It just seems like a lot of thinking, man.
That's why one day is 20.
Give me action.
That's why 2020s and one days and stuff are better because 50 overs each. Smash the ball.
One days are almost my favourite. I have the best memories of one days growing up.
I'd
Like
love
West,
to go.
West Indies versus
Yeah.
Australia, all those like battles
Yeah.
they had, man.
Yeah, I'd love to go, man.
Where are the West Indies? Can I ask that question?
Dude, they won the World Cup this year.
Of cricket. When I think of the West Indies, I seriously, all I can picture
Vivian
are
Richards.
English people like plundering darker people. I don't know why.
It's like beautiful beaches and shit.
Yeah, it's not me being like a racist ignorant because I'm not being racist about it. But I seriously don't know anything about the West Indies. I remember I went through a streak where I was looking up that sort of shit, but I haven't retained any of that information.
Yeah, I looked into it once as well. I found it just a beautiful fucking beach. Fucking...
Did you want to go to like a 2020? Do you want to go?
Really? I went to one cricket game when I was in high school. I think it was a one-dayer, and it got rained out. I was there for like 3 hours, didn't even start, and just left.
When I went to the 2020 at Etihad, there was this big dispute from one of the players because the player hit the ball and it hit the beams on the Etihad and it bounced back in. So it was like, is it 6 or not? Like, and they just
remember when they introduced Etihad? They're like, I don't know what happens if you hit the roof. Maybe one hand catch.
Yeah, they
6 and out.
They just redid it.
Yeah.
Put it this way, 1st of January, Melbourne Derby for the the BPL thing. Melbourne Stars versus the Melbourne Renegades at the MCG.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't know who I'm cheering for. I'd be there just to drink.
I'd go the Renegades. Fuck
Yeah.
the Stars, man.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I just like them.
Renegades are red, Stars are white. Green. Warren was playing for the Stars, wasn't he? Shane Warne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the
And
captain?
Ponting was playing for the Renegades.
Get Murph Hughes back out, man.
Hughes.
Get Booney.
Just get Booney.
Just load him up with 50 beers there and just throw him out.
Always silly mid-on, Booney.
Silly mid-on.
For anyone that doesn't know what silly mid-on is, it's like pretty much standing next to the batter. And you're trying to catch balls that are coming at like a million miles an hour.
7th of January.
David Boone used to
At the
catch them as
Etihad
well.
Stadium.
They stuck Boone in
go.
silly mid-on.
Yeah, I'll go.
Just this mustached, handlebar fat bloke just standing there. Right. just
Just this short, fat bloke that killed.
Dude, 7th of January is a Saturday night at Etihad. Renegades versus the Stars.
We'd have to get tanked to go to that.
Yeah.
Damn, like in the hot sun as well, man.
No, it's in Etihad.
yeah,
Indoor.
but it'd still be hot.
I'll bring the blunts.
Just like Booney. Dude, David Boone holds the record for one of those beer trips.
Tell me you had one of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
David Boone characters you got with the
Oh, I
slabs of
remember
BB.
them. Yeah, I remember
And they
those.
talk to you and shit. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you. BPL, man. It's actually alright. It's actually quite... Because one day you're there all fucking day. For the 2020, you're there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
3-4 hours. Unless someone gets balled out quickly. Yeah, let's go.
It's done
But
in
big
20
hits.
minutes.
And it's awesome because sometimes when they smash it, they hit the roof. It's how hard they hit it, man. It's full on, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
And the wickets light up, which is pretty cool when they knock the bails off the wickets. they
oh, well,
light
that's
up.
something to look forward to.
I'm paying $100 for a ticket for the bales to light up.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up, man. I don't know. Anyway,
what are we on?
We're on 2.5 hours, man.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking sweltering here.
Yeah.
Like, it's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, man.
What did I go?
And really quick.
Yeah.
What time do we get here? 10, 11, 12,
No, it
3
was
hours.
after 10. I don't know, but I
No,
felt,
we started after 10.
yeah. I don't know, but
Johnny was late.
I don't know
I
what
got
this
here
shit I was
just
meant
on
to do
10.
today. I
You
don't-
didn't get just on 10. I looked at the clock. It was 5 past 10. You hadn't rocked up
When I
yet.
walked into the dojo, but when I pulled up in the car park,
It was 7
10.
past.
Oh, you know what? Before we wrap, I just say we're going to give some more shout outs because I remember last week, like,
Yeah.
I just shouted out my cousin and his missus, Phoebe. We've got to shout out to Johnny Des because he's always listening to our
Johnny
shit.
D, man.
Johnny D.
So give him a shout out finally.
Johnny,
after, like,
we
the
love you,
whole
man.
year.
I miss you, man. I haven't seen you in ages.
And we've got that was the funniest because he was actually there setting up the PS3 with us. Remember?
Yeah, and I just
Did I tell you
cracked
about that? I might have mentioned it really, really early on. It was funny when we were setting up the PS3 in my house like 3 years ago. It was funny for me because it was this guy and Johnny Des, two
The
guys
old crew,
I've
man.
known since high school, since primary school, you know what I mean? Setting up a PlayStation for us to play. And he was setting up the PSN account for the PSN network.
Yeah.
Right, for anyone who doesn't know, to get online for like with PlayStation, Xbox as well, you need to set up an account the way you would like with anything on
Email,
online. Yeah.
email, password.
So he's setting, and I'm like, what the fuck? I go, why do we need an account? He's like, oh, you got to do it to get on. And this guy just cracks it. What's with all these rules?
It was taking ages, man.
Just let me
I was like,
play.
what the fuck is with this shit?
It's like they both died. You were registering one thing, signing up for another thing.
I just want to play the game.
Put in your credit card details. What the
What is this shit? Cracked it. It took ages.
Oh, speaking of which, man, there's a new Christmas present for next year. Like, you guys need to get it for me or something.
Yeah.
There's a machine. I was with my brother-in-law at Christmas, and we're talking about old consoles and shit like that because he recently picked up the Nintendo or something. I looked up. I was looking up a wireless controller for him, right, for one of his consoles. And I said, hang on, and it got this thing up in eBay. It's called the Retron 5 console. You ever seen it?
Ooh.
The Retron 5.
The Retron 5. I'll bring up a photo now. They've been around for a while. This thing, I'll show you a photo. It plays Mega Drive, SNES, Nintendo, Game Boy,
Shit.
and Master System carts. Look at it.
Oh, what the
And
hell?
you can plug in every controller, and it's HDMI connected. And it's got a hard drive on
Johnny
it.
just
you can-
came.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just came. Sorry.
It's got a hard drive on it, so you can save all like your shit to it too.
That's pretty cool, man.
It's worth $300 on eBay.
That's pretty
sick.
cool.
And you can use your original controllers.
It's insane that you can just plug in any game. It's
Yeah,
like, it has to have...
dude, the mechanics for it wouldn't be hard. It'd be every console just built into one.
Yeah, but...
They
Yeah.
would have had that years ago in like Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
it exists.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
Yeah.
$300
that's sick. Done.
yeah,
Christmas
I'm
present.
actually considering looking into it, like because my Mega Drive's missing in action right now. So
We would... One would be nice for the dojo. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, listeners.
Nudge, nudge.
I love it. I remember my cousin was like asking where the dojo is, and I'm like, forget it. And his wife was like, it's because he wants to come down.
Underground.
And then I was saying something about us playing FIFA or fight. And I was like, well, we got a PS4 in there. Go, yeah, and a PS3. And he just went quiet. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's right. The
Well,
dojo's
if he
the
wants to
best
come
place
down
on the
for a
planet.
special guest,
And a flat screen and a kick-ass stereo.
Yeah, because his thing was, so you got a TV now. I know
pair of
that.
runners?
Like, who hasn't got a TV?
Vanity mirror for the J-Bon.
Yeah, my indoor footy medal.
we've got
of one
bullshit
of
corner, we've got
championships.
some weapons.
We have a weapon that will fuck you up if you dare try and play it.
I remember walking in with it, you're like, you're fucked.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend breaking in here.
No, man. This place is an arsenal, man. We've got his grandparents' old couch.
Couch.
Smells of potatoes.
Yeah.
Fried potatoes.
Fucking oath, man.
Yeah, man. Those are the best.
Johnny's beat-off station in the corner.
You come here when we're all at work or
Guaranteed.
something. For sure.
Just look in the mirror. Just-
He just gets that feeling.
beats off.
The twinkle in his
You
eye.
are the man.
So, yeah. So, shout out to people we haven't shouted out
Johnny.
before. Yeah, Johnny for sure.
and anyone that wants to add me on the PSN network, Johnny Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm dim __ shady. on PSN.
JONNY
Okay, I'll kick your ass in FIFA or something. Also, mate Sula, who became
Yep.
she became a Staggered fan. She jumped in like 15 episodes in, and all of a sudden backlogged everything,
Yeah.
and it was just promoted.
Thanks, Souls. Thanks, Sulzy.
Who else? I'm trying to think. I had a list of people. I don't know. There's more people. If I forget to give
I'd
a
like to
shout
thank
out,
God and
yeah,
my family.
if you feel like you deserve a shout out, then please write in. You know what I mean? Because we don't mean to be rude, but seriously, yeah. This is our last episode for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Year's Eve in like 3 days.
Yeah.
What are New Year's plans for you? I know I spoke to Nick before. What do you-
Sleep. Dude, I'm working on the Saturday till 9:30, so if I pull a full shift, I'll finish at 6, and then I've got 6 a.m. on New Year's Day. So what are my options?
Dick.
I don't know yet. I don't know
I
yet.
was telling Nicholas.
Mimi and I might do something, like maybe we'll
Yeah.
get together, like whatever. But I've got no
Go
idea.
get a drink somewhere.
Yeah.
Go to the Sandown.
I don't know.
Dude, last New Year's Day, I started at midnight, like 12:15 a.m. So I was driving to work
Fireworks going off.
as I was seeing fireworks in the sky.
Yeah, they're doing it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
for Johnny.
He's on his way to work. It's just,
It was the most depressing thing ever. It was like the roads were empty. It was just me in the car just
You
cruising
know what,
along.
though? It's lost its thing, though. Like, New Year's, Christmas, it's all like... Because we're working... we're working...
yeah, like shifts.
schmucks.
Yeah, it's all shift work now. Everywhere is all shift work. So what's the point? They don't even realise, because it's my day off was just a regular day.
Dude, the old wogs, man. I remember when we used to do it with my grandparents. My grandfather would go for a nap. He'd get
Yeah.
up at, like, 12:30. He'd be like, oh, is it New Year's? Yeah, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
Like,
Happy New Year,
Yeah.
cunts.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
and
Yeah.
we used to play blackjack.
I copped the same feeling last year, man. I started at 6 again last year, and as I was driving to work, there were dudes like walking home from the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake! I'm wearing like all my fucking high vis shit, you know, like work boots.
Yeah.
This cunt's wearing like short singlet, smashed.
Yep.
Like that. Yeah, no worries. Happy New Year, cunts.
I feel you. I feel you, buddy.
Nah, it's fucked, man.
Struggle is
Have
real.
a safe New Year. Have a good New Year.
Yeah, dude, that's not right. Celebrating its inauguration year.
Yeah.
2016, under the belt. How do you feel?
Good.
I feel good. I'm looking forward to next year already.
Yeah, I reckon next year's going to be
2017.
big. It's going to be big.
No shit. It's
yeah,
weird.
it's going to be a big year.
We're going to make some inroads.
Yeah, absolutely. yeah.
Right.
And you know, shouting out to the promise. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your act together, son.
Yeah, I'm actually going to see him today.
Yeah, well, tell him to get his act together.
Yeah,
'cause,
I'm going to see him today, probably.
we've got some big stuff happening in 2017.
Yeah. We should get the website running.
Yeah, we should.
More work, though.
Yeah.
Do more work.
We'll just-
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Strange. 2016, man. Like, of all the shit that's happened, we actually started That's Not Right. Like, that is something that you
This is
can
a
notch.
constant. This is the
you
most
can notch
constant.
on the belt. This is probably the most constant
Yeah.
thing of all year, man.
Yeah.
No shit.
Probably the biggest thing I've ever done,
Really?
apart from have a kid.
Yeah.
Apart from having a kid.
Have a kid. Yeah. Have a kid. Meet your missus. That's not right. And that's in contention. You know what I mean?
Because like I've always just worked,
Not
and
in
done
order.
anything like sort of
For yourself,
outside
sort
the
of thing.
square, like just
Yeah.
whatever. This is like cool.
It is actually outside of the square. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know anyone else that does a podcast?
No.
I don't actually know anyone that does a podcast
I don't know anyone that does
at
a
all.
podcast.
I didn't listen to
I know people that
podcasts.
feature on them,
Yeah.
but I don't know anyone that actually runs one consistently every week.
But we'll try and get some guests on as well.
Man,
We'll get some,
it's been busy. It's been hard
Yeah,
though. Like,
yeah. No, we'll get some actual proper.
it's not
proper
that
guests.
it's not that we don't have a short list of people to bring
Yeah.
on, but it's hard enough for us to coordinate our time,
Yeah.
like to get down. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the hardest part.
I mean, if you want to send donations,
Until we have a breakthrough and we're just balling.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? That's something that we should
go fund me.
We
That's
should
my right.
reiterate again.
Indiegogo.
Like, I really want to stress that, like, everyone that likes us, likes this podcast and actually tunes in every week, make yourself known
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
us.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, we can see some of the names as well from the back end of like SoundCloud and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. We get a lot of the accounts that are constants, like aside from the people that actually contact us or we know.
yeah.
But yeah, make yourselves known and we'll give you a shout out or whatever. Man, advertising, whatever. But at the same time, we can't keep doing this
Yeah.
or get any bigger if you guys don't share our stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big thing.
I mean, I'm more than happy to, if you guys want to keep sharing and stuff, I'll make you a fucking t-shirt myself.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you some merch.
Yeah.
Like, spread it. I'll make
Whatever.
it myself. Like, we'll get it out there.
Yeah, but it's just the
But
word
share.
of mouth, man. That's really the
Share.
only way to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like a lot of guys are like, oh yeah, man, I love it, la la. And that's why I said it to my
like, share it.
cousin.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you love it. When's the next? Because I asked him, when's the next episode? I'm like, yeah, but how many people have you shared it with?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Osha. I'm like, nah, you're doing it for free.
Like, we're talking, like, share the shit out of it.
No, so thank you to everyone
Yeah.
this year. Like, especially like considering it's like a new venture as well. But we have grown, like, as in.
And the more people
consistently.
we have that are messaging us as well, we can kind of like bring them into the conversation here, you know? Like,
Oh, yeah.
bring up questions.
Fuck, I have
like,
questions, man, about anything.
Anything.
Anything. Or you want us to debate about, like, you know, discuss something on here that you think we've missed?
We solve the problem.
We solved the problem in the bullshit corner.
Yes.
What the hell's
So,
that?
this is just for New Year's.
Is this celebrate?
Celebrate.
Celebration.
Just want to say, have a good New Year's. And,
Take care of your loved ones. Drive safe.
absolutely. You know, just have a good
Take
New
lots
Year's.
of drugs.
Oh, this guy.
Going out to everyone out there, have a safe New Year's, and we'll see you in 2017.
Lots of love from Big Dong
Yeah,
Diggy.
Yeah,
yeah. But what?
Lots of love from Big Dong Diggy.
Why do you call me that, man?
Like, you have to
You
ask.
can feel it underneath the table.
The name says it all,
When he's
bro.
still in a chair, just shake for 4 shakes. Anyway,
Cool. Let's wrap it
I
up.
mainly got it from when I saw your bulge.
You're a dickhead.
we will see you guys. Oh, you can hear from us in 2017.
2000, yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
you in 2017. 2016, wrap up. That's not right. Thanks, everyone. Call it for the last time of this year.
Took leverage out.